Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Mr. Brown Mokgotsi. This man's name has been all over the media since the 6th of July. He's been talking a lot, guys. He's been everywhere. Every other month since July, this man has been on TV defending himself, defending whatever. If not defending himself against Mkhwanazi, defending himself against the country, our commentary about him, if not defending himself against Fikile Mbalula. And on top of it all, he doesn't just defend, he is also throwing bombs in Dagabao. He's also throwing bombs in Dagabao. So, Mike Sive, eating in Doga Brown Mokgotsi, because who the hell is Brown Mokgotsi, guys? Full name, commonly reported as Opa Brown Mokgotsi. He is a businessman based in the Northwest Province of South Africa. He runs businesses in the area, reportedly include a liquor store, Brown Liquor Store, and other enterprises. Mokgotsi has a criminal history, convictions for assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, GBH, reckless or negligent driving, and for defeating the ends of justice. Oh, okay. I hope this is not going to be one of his charges again. What he's accused of, public allegations. Let's get into that. These come mainly from the testimony of the Madlanga Commission, especially from Crime Intelligence Head Lieutenant General Khumalo and other reporting key allegations. One, acting as a middleman, Mr. Fixer. Mokgotsi is alleged to have been the intermediary between Vusumuzi Ket Matlala, a tender tycoon under investigation, and a senior political or police figures. Notable Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. The claim is that he facilitated payments and favors. Number two, leaking or accessing classified police or intelligence information. Mokgotsi is alleged to have had access to classified documents, including crime intelligence materials, occurrence books, official logbooks, and advance notice of police raids or investigations. Hayi wena wenja. Wenza kanjani yena? Hey! Number three, influence over investigations and police structures. Allegedly, Mokgotsi knew about the disbandment of the political killings task team before official communications. He is said to have informed Matlala of that disbandment. Also alleged to have influence over the movement of 121 case dockets to Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya's office. Number four, monetary payments and contracts. WhatsApp messages from Matlala's phone allegedly show payments made due to Mokgotsi, flights, favors, possible in exchange for influencing influencing police operations or getting favorable treatment. One major contract figure mentioned is 360 million, which is alleged to have been awarded in connection with these networks. There are also allegations of Mokgotsi soliciting money via event tables, donor funding, e.g., silver package table at an ANC presidential business forum event, etc. Number five, political or ANC ties. Mokgotsi is alleged to have claimed ties to the ANC and to the police minister to gain trust or access or to shield improper activity. The ANC has stated Mokgotsi's membership has expired and that he is no longer a member. They have also publicly distanced themselves from the allegations. Oh, this one drove you mad. This one of being denied being a member. And I also remember Mkhwanazi saying, I'm denying. Mkhwanazi is such a savage. Mkhwanazi is such a savage, guys. What about you? Lord, denial, you don't like. Jehovah. What evidence has been presented so far? There are some of more concrete pieces of evidence or claims. WhatsApp messages thread from Vusumuzi Ket Matlala's phone showing communication with Mokgotsi. Some messages seem to show Mokgotsi giving instructions, e.g., to Matlala and being involved in coordinating payments. We saw that during General Dumisani Kumalo's evidence time. Then. A specific payment example about 38,000 to a company called Godle Specialist, which later paid money to Mokgotsi. Godle Specialist is alleged connected to Mokgotsi's businesses. Another message alleged, Mokgotsi allegedly told Matlala on the 1st of January 2025, the task team that came to your house and harassed you has been dissolved. Also, they got the letter on Monday as we speak. They are bringing all the 121 dockets to Sibiya. Notices from the Madlanga Commission, Mokgotsi has been served with a Rule 3 notice, which compels persons implicated to respond to allegations. Giving him days to respond, he requested an extension. Police raiding Mokgotsi's business premises is in Suweding village, Mahikeng, Northwest, as part of an ongoing investigation tied to these allegations. Yes, guys. What Mokgotsi have said in response? Mokgotsi has confirmed receiving the summons notice from the commission and says he is preparing his legal response. He has requested an extension to the timeline within which to respond to the allegations after being given 5 days, claiming he needs more time. Mokgotsi must think that he's an important person there. Like, we are all important, but important in that way. But okay, it is right. There's nothing wrong with that. The ANC has said his membership expired long ago, 2020, so he is not currently a member. They have publicly distanced themselves from the allegations. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu initially denied knowledge of Mokgotsi, but later admitted he knows Mokgotsi as a comrade while rejecting the more serious allegations that Mokgotsi influenced him and or was an associate in wrongdoing. What's not yet been proven under contestation, the MOU or documentation showing direct orders from Mokgotsi to Minister Mchunu or linking Mokgotsi to official decisions beyond WhatsApp messages has not publicly been fully disclosed or verified, which is true. Whether Mokgotsi alleged leaks of classified information are substantiated by forensic evidence, for instance, document metadata, official classification, chain of custody, we are still dololo. We haven't seen that. Whether all the payments alleged to be bribes or improper are properly traceable and connected to improper action or actions taken, we are still waiting. Mokgotsi's defense or legal team's version of events hasn't been publicly detailed in full as of the last time he spoke. We haven't seen anything yet. Some of the claims in media rely on assertions from Khumalo's testimony, but there may be parts still, under evidence, leaders' control, or in camera, or in segments not yet fully cross-examined. Okay? So we are yet to hear a lot of these things. That's who Mokgotsi is. Those are the things that are happening under his name. We have about potential implications if allegations hold. If the allegations are substantiated, implications could include criminal liability for Mokgotsi and possibly others connected for corruption, bribery, money laundering, possibly even state capture type offenses. Institutional ramifications for SAPS, Ministry of Police, especially around the disbandment of the political killing stars team and the integrity of the investigation. Political fallout for the ANC and senior individuals, Minister Mchunu, for alleged misuse of political influence. Questioning of internal oversight, intelligence operations, and how classified information is handled. Possible reforms to how tenders are awarded, how political intermediaries are vetted, and how commissions enforce accountability. So those are the things when it comes to Mokgotsi Kesana. So I hear yesterday was the 16th there. Mokgotsi's house was raided, or there was something of that sort that was happening in Northwest. And it looks like the raid took place at Brown Mokgotsi's business premises in Siweding village in Mahikeng in Northwest Province. It was confirmed to happen on the 16th of October, yes. Official confirmation and People's SEPs confirmed presence at the premises. The police say this is part of ongoing investigation referred in the ad hoc committee and the Madlanga Commission. What Mokgotsi said or reacted when it comes to this, Mokgotsi wasn't present in Mahikeng at the time. He was in Johannesburg. He described the operation as a search and seizure operation. He expressed fear for his safety, saying some officers present were wearing paraclass. Yeah, this always choked me. Why are these people scared of these people with paraclass, but us normal citizens, we must deal with them? I don't understand. Must our normal people, our normal brothers and sisters who are doing the criminal things, they deal with that? Why not them? Why is it an issue when it's them? I always misunderstand this part. Maybe Jim Sana, because why is it an issue? He was served with a notice to appear before evidence leaders for the commission. What is the context and linkages? The raid follows multiple allegations against Mokgotsi, alleged ties to political interference, leaks of police intelligence documents, undue access to internal police operations, and relationships with business figures like Vusumuzi Ket Matlala. It is tied into both parliamentary ad hoc committees inquiry related to Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi's allegations and the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. So that's it. That's about it when it comes to Mokgotsi, guys. I hope we are going to report. In fact, we'll report as long as they are still bringing the news. We don't make the news, we just report them. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this Brown Mokgotsi? Do you think this Brown Mokgotsi is gonna hold it down until the time he appears in these commissions and the ad hoc committee? When he gets there, do you think this guy is going to sing like a canary and tell us what happened? Why is his name all over the show? Do you think he's gonna do that? Do you think that he's gonna make it there? When I say make it, I'm saying, like, is he going to be able to answer the questions, the grilling and everything that happens there? What are your thoughts when it comes to that? Let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.